Why did Dan Bongino and Kash Patel stop pursuing the Epstein case? It's embarrassing how long it took for Vongina and Patel to figure this out. You and I have known this shit for at least 5 fucking years now, but Dan and Kash are intellectual cowards. Intellectual cowards does not mean they are not brave men who can do big, tough, shooty, punchy guy stuff. It means if you run away from topics that make you uncomfortable, you're fucking gay. Stop being a bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? So now Bongino has made a deal with the devil. Literally, he had to be taken into a windowless room and told, if you continue with this case, you will put Israel at risk. You're not Hitler, are you? So rather than crossing the fucking Rubicon, he said, yes, master, I will stop pursuing any line of inquiry if it harms Israel. In other words, the obvious conclusion we have to draw from this is that Bongino is more loyal to Israel than to his own nation. Dan, if this is too hard for you to fucking understand, that's gay. His intellectual cowardice prevented him from recognizing patterns. That's why he had to be taken into that windowless room and told what's going on, because he's too fucking stupid to figure it out for himself. He can't notice patterns. This is very, very common with boomers and Gen X and millennials. I'm an elder millennial, but I'm basically the only member of my generation who was able to stop being retarded. But eventually, Dan and Kash found out the truth. They had to be hit over the head with it to figure it out, taken into that windowless room. But they did figure it out, and they didn't figure it out until it was too late. So now the new shift is stop talking about Epstein, trust Donald Trump. I trust my friends in the government to do what's right. As my face swallows my eyes and my fucking baby teeth. Trump is playing underwater 5D chess. The majority of MAGA will accept this. They will go along with whatever they're told because people just do what the TV tells them to do. Epstein's employer, our greatest ally, will continue blackmailing all influential American politicians and business people and celebrities. This is why Trump had to drop the Epstein case. When he and his crew started talking about it, I don't think they had any idea who Epstein worked for. And then, of course, there's the theory that Trump is on the Epstein files. Whatever. Like, either of those could be true. Anybody who's still defending Trump at this point, just fuck off. You're not a serious person. Go the fuck away. And it's fun watching the left try to understand this issue, too. They have no idea what's going on. They just know that MAGA is fighting, and they don't really get it because they never bought into the Epstein thing in the first place. Their whole thing on the left is about, like, just allowing as much fucking degeneracy as humanly possible. So, like, oh, Epstein blackmailing politicians for pedophile crime rings. Yeah, great, love it, awesome. Like, they're caught between that and, like, oh, it's just a conspiracy. MAGA people are caught up in this conspiracy that Epstein runs a blackmail ring for Mossad. Can you believe that? That's crazy. Fucking idiots. So the left will continue not understanding why the Epstein issue is important. They just think it's a kooky conspiracy theory because that's what their TV told them. And then what else is going to happen? Israel is going to drag America into war with Iran in late 2025. And you know what? If it doesn't actually happen in 2025, it will happen under J.D. Vance or whoever the next fucking shill president is. I think Trump kind of wants to be the anti-war president, but again, he pretty much does what his masters tell him to do. So if you're like a Charlie Kirk fan and you think Trump bombing the Iranian nuclear sites was enough to fucking satiate their bloodlust, you're a fucking retard who hasn't been paying attention to the last 25 years of history. This is not where this story ends. It doesn't end with Trump blowing up their nuclear reactor and that's it. Everybody's happy and Israel stops being a fucking terrorist nation. That's not how this shit ends. I think the Democrats are going to win in 2026 because MAGA is effectively dead. Who do we have? We don't have anybody. Thomas Massey. And then when the Republicans lose in 2026, Trump will blame his base and the majority of MAGA will believe this. They will accept this. The tall orange man on the TV told me. I love the tall orange man, so I'm not going to look into this anymore because that's scary. And then I think the Democrats will win in 2028 because there is no national figure as charismatic as Trump. It doesn't matter who wins in 2028. Democracy is dead. There's no more voting. Voting is done. Who are we going to vote for? J.D. Vance? Fuck off. And then the Obama-Biden decline will continue uninterrupted, and any of Trump's good policies will be undone within 5 minutes of him leaving the White House. We're going to get hyperinflation. That's what's next. All right, my next video is probably going to be about the Nick Fuentes Tucker Carlson thing. That is spicy. I'm loving that story. It's a nice distraction from Epstein. That's what it is, by the way. The Fuentes Carlson feud is a distraction from Epstein. That's the most important issue. All right, I'll see you next time.